That's right. It's Billy and Bradley back on the Dominator. We are ready to crush. Billy, I know we've missed you last week, and both of us took the week off before that. So the boys are finally back in town. Phenomenal. It's great. It's always a great time to be recording here with Billy. We bring you some of the best rankings in the industry. Really great having these types of conversations about start sits. If for week number 8, we look to bring you the best advice in the industry. And so, of course, Billy and Bradley are ready to answer your questions here for week 8. Billy, we're ready to roll. I already see the chat is like half full. How are you doing before we get into these questions?
I'm doing well, just got the rankings updated prior to the call. I took the kids to the trampoline park and used the Wi-Fi, sat there on the laptop and got everything updated with news through today, and hedged with some players who are looking probable but maybe unlikely to play. I don't know. We'll get the Shefty tweets here in the next couple hours, and we'll have a little bit better understanding of what's happening tomorrow. But for the most part, a pretty clear injury week. People cleared who I wasn't expecting to clear, like Purdy. And then, Ford actually practiced this week, which was kind of crazy, but I don't expect him to play tomorrow. So they elevated Wilkins. So I think that's a sign that he's probably going to be out, but we shall see once we get a little bit more news. But happy to be here to answer start sit questions and to go over some of the rankings. So it looks like you and I both had a pretty successful week last week, and looking for another good one this week as well.
See, Billy is being very modest. He finished top 6 out of over 200 rankers last week. So he crushed last week. Maybe he needed the couple weeks off to reclaim his throne. I finished at a modest 41 overall, just 41.
Hey, anything in the top 50 is good, in my opinion. So
yeah.
You are beating me for the year. I've been pretty much Ricky Bobby style. If I'm not first, I'm last. And I've been swinging for the fences on a lot of things this year, and I've had some good weeks, had some bad weeks. But I think you're about, what are you 30 something overall right now?
I think I'm at like 43 right now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're both in the 40s then. But it's anything in the top 50, in my opinion, is
couple
good.
Spot edge on Billy. It probably won't last, but I'm here to. How dare I be the thief of joy for myself? All
Let's
right,
hop
Billy.
into questions.
Let's look at Ruckus to start. Los chicos están de vuelta en la ciudad.
Ciudad is the city.
Here's the thing.
That was horrible pronunciation, Bradley.
I spent 2 years in San Antonio, and I still couldn't pronounce Spanish correctly. I can roll my T's. That's what I can do. Sorry, Ruckus. Let's get to another question. Devonta Smith or Rashee Rice, full PPR?
This was actually closer than people would admit. I still have Devonta Smith ahead of him, but Rashee Rice comes inside my top 40 this year or this week. He's seen an increase in routes percentage week after week after week. He's seeing an increase in snaps, an increase in target share. This week I have him projected for the highest target share he's seen all season, but he looks like the best receiver on the field, but not quite good enough right now to start over Devonta Smith.
Yeah, he's not a full-time player. He is playing more, as you mentioned. He is also, per a lot of the metrics, the best wide receiver that the Kansas City Chiefs have at this point. And it's wild. He's, halfway through his first season. The boys are back in town in Spanish. Well done, Ruckus. Well done. I agree, though. You don't want to get cute, though. We know what Devonta Smith is. And Devonta Smith is, that first-round pedigree. We've seen the extremely high spike weeks. And just because he's had some down weeks, he faces a Washington defense that is extremely porous.
Yeah.
So we're here for AJ Brown. We're here for Devonta Smith. I have AJ Brown, and this is a little spicy, but AJ Brown is my number 1 wide receiver for this week, given that matchup. I think they're just going to completely steamroll him in the secondary. So give me Devonta Smith. Give me AJ Brown this week.
Yeah, Devonta Smith came too low in my projections when you look at what Washington's given up. I understand that he's been relatively, I don't want to say like bad, but he just hasn't been utilized quite the same. Ever since that little talk on the sideline AJ Brown had with with Jalen Hurts, he's been kind of the apple of the eye of the offense and been seeing 30+% target share. So I do think AJ Brown I have him top 5. Number 1, you could easily make an argument for, because Stephon Diggs was top 5, Tyreek is potentially top 5, but New England always seems to shut him down. Keenan Allen has a pretty juicy matchup as well. So, I mean, you can make an argument for any of these guys. So AJ Brown, top 5, number 1, I like it, Bradley.
We're here for the spice. We're here to bring you bold takes. All right, Jelly of the Month. Happy Halloween. That's right, guys. Halloween is just around the corner. Spooky season is coming to an end. Need a half-point PPR running back. We've got Darrell Henderson, who played admirably last week. 16 carries, 60 yards, got the touchdown. Or should we go with Chuba Hubbard, or should we go with Roschon Johnson? These are all like that awkward tier of running back, Billy.
Yeah, I got all these guys between 28 and 32. So this is tightly knit, but leading the group right now is Roschon Johnson. I expect him to take on that receiving role again, and they're facing the Chargers, probably going to be in a favorable game script for his point of play. And I think that he's probably going to see that 10 to 12% target share again, which is going to kind of bolster his numbers. In comparison, Darrell Henderson was just purely on the ground, and so if we knew Sanders was out, it would be a pretty easy Chuba Hubbard pick, but he's back this week, so I'm going to lean Roschon Johnson versus the Chargers.
I do have Chuba ahead in my rankings of the other two. I do understand the Sanders thing, but Sanders, even when he was healthy, Chuba was playing better than he was. We'll see how confident the coaches are. Like Frank Reich straight up said, like, whoever has the hot hand, and who's more likely to have the hot hand, the guy who's been hot, and that's been Chuba Hubbard. So I think that line of coach speak at least gives us a pathway to say Chuba Hubbard could be the guy. And if he is the guy, we've seen what he's been able to do from an efficiency standpoint. I agree with you. All three of these are outside my top 24, though. I have Roschon at 37. Maybe that's a little low, but I agree with you. That pass catching role is what he's going to have. And I think Donta Foreman is still going to get 12 to 15 carries here with some of the goal line work. I don't think Roschon immediately takes over after what Donta Foreman was able to do last week. I mean, the Bears can't just say, 3 touchdowns, take him out of the lineup. So I think Foreman gets the majority of touches, but I think Roschon, especially if the Bears are behind in this game, are going to be using him in the third down role. So maybe in full PPR, we could move up Roschon a little bit more compared to the other two.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Jose says, yes, the boys are back. That's great. Daniel Duong, half PPR. We've got Jordan Love or Matthew Stafford. And then trying to sneak in another question, Drake London or Deontay Johnson.
Second one's easy for me. It's London versus Tennessee secondary. It's even weaker now. They traded their safety. Deontay Johnson, popped up in the injury report again this week. He looks like he's fine, but again, never a good thing to see. And we saw for the first time the target share not go his way in a game where all of them were active. So I'm going to lean London pretty easily there. Quarterback wise, I'm actually picking Stafford versus Dallas. I know that Love has a better matchup, but for some reason, Love just doesn't want to play football in the first half of every game. He only wants to play football in the second half. And Stafford has the weapons to get it done versus Dallas. He's got Puka and he's got Cooper Kupp. And so I'm going to go Stafford.
I agree with you about Stafford, and I agree with you about London. Let's keep her moving. Kansas City defense or the Jets defense?
That's a good one. I'm going to go Jets defense versus New York. Again, there's no Danny Dimes. Jets defense has been good. I expect a couple turnovers.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor is going to be the quarterback there. The Kansas City-Denver game, I was a little bit more excited about when there were reports that the snow would continue through tomorrow, but it's supposedly that a lot of the snow is just going to happen tonight and early in the morning, so probably not going to be as heavy. We will, of course, monitor that, but I agree with you. I think the Jets defense is what that team is riding on, to continue to move forward. So the Giants, at least they've discovered, you have to give them a little bit of credit. They've discovered Darren Waller over the last couple of weeks. How about that, Billy?
Yeah, it's like, oh, wow, what do you know? You have a tight end that you traded for in the offseason and gave a third-round pick. Well, maybe we should use this guy. He might be pretty good.
he might just be good. Maybe our offense can score a little bit more. Ruckus back at it. Start 2. We've got DK, we got Pickens, Roshan or Downs. Billy, I'm going with DK and Pickens here. I'm not getting cute.
Yeah, DK and Pickens, although I really like Downs this week. He's got a cake matchup. They give up the most points to the corner to the slot receiver in the league, and Downs runs the 3rd most slot reps inside the wide receiver position in the NFL. I wouldn't argue if you wanted to go that way. It'd be kind of a bold move. I think this is one of those things where you just kind of play the guys that you know are going to see the target share. Downs would be like a high risk, high reward, but I would not be surprised if like Downs became like a top 20 receiver this week just because of the matchup.
It's just hard for me to bench the likes of Pickens, for instance, especially we just talked about how Deontay Johnson was dealing with that injury. And if Deontay is at all limited, we've seen Pickens handle a significant target share, even with Deontay in the lineup. Freiermuth isn't there as well.
I know we don't want to like confuse the hell out of him and go against what we just said, but where do you have Downs in your rankings? Like I'm high on him this week.
Downs is at 39 for me right now.
Okay, I'm 30, so I'm a bit higher than you, but
you are higher, yeah.
But still, I mean, we're both
mid wide receiver 3, yeah.
Okay.
Whereas DK Metcalf is 27 for me. Pickens is at 23.
Yeah, Metcalf, I'm at 26, and then Pickens I got at 22, so we're close.
Della Geezy, is Rico Dowdle a good pickup?
I don't know who's on your lineup, so I can't tell you if it's a good or bad pick because I don't know who you're going to drop.
Yeah, fair. I mean, if you're talking pure handcuff, I don't know if we're convinced that Dowdle is going to be the clear handcuff, but he might be.
Yeah, but you hear word that Jerry's trying to. They looked at Henry. That means that they're probably not satisfied with the running game. They could potentially add another guy in the backfield. I mean, as of now, today, yes. If you have someone that's droppable, then yes, Dowdle should be owned in almost every league because he's the number 1 handcuff right now to the RB1. So I would say yes, he should be owned, but not knowing who's in your lineup and your roster, it's kind of hard to have any context.
All right, trade question. We're going to receive JSN, Olave, and Roshan. We're giving away CD Lamb and Brian Robinson.
No.
Yeah, no, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. Brian Robinson's been really good lately. I mean, last game, not so much, but he's been good this season, and CD is still, he's consistently inside the top 12.
Yeah. All right, before we move on and answer some more of your questions, a word from our sponsors.
Oh, I see it every day online, every single day. Hey, that looks like a great fantasy team in an 8-team league. Oh, wish I could be in a league with you, right? Well, guess what? Now you can respond with, sure, let's play on Bettle. That's the beauty of this platform. This new Bettle platform standardizes all position scoring. So you just load your team and you challenge your friend, your colleague, Twitter troll, and you can browse other teams and issue challenges. Bettle is revolutionizing fantasy football. And with code Underworld, you get a $100 instant deposit match plus a free $10. So even if you deposit $20, you get $50. Think about that. So go to Bettle.com. The code is Underworld. Bettle.com. The code is Underworld. Or click a link in the description. It's fun to be right.
That's right. Make sure you guys are joining us on Bettle. In fact, I'm going to post a link for y'all to be joining. So check out the chat. I've got a tweet here. I want y'all to join my group. It's $10 to enter. Use the promo code Underworld. It pays for itself plus more if you deposit match. So make sure you guys are using the promo code Underworld. Compete against me. Compete against me and some of your favorite analysts at Roto Underworld using Bettle. Download the app. Use promo code Underworld. There we go.
First week I used it, Bradley. I won 5 out of my 5 matchups, which was nice because you got to use the promo funds too. So I think with our offer, you get a $10 free play. So this week you can literally play Bradley for free. And then you get up to $100 match. I made a contest and I didn't fully understand how the contest things worked prior to doing it. And I was thinking, I'm going to come back to it and check my lineups in a little bit and adjust things. And I fucked up. I started this lineup, everyone took my money because I started it and didn't even realize that I didn't set my lineup for each one. I set one lineup thinking that I was done. So just heads up, everybody, set your lineups for every single one of them. Because I set them all, and it was the week DJ Moore had like 40 points or 50 points, and he was on my bench in like 9 leagues.
Oh, no.
Because I didn't start him in all the subsequent ones. And so I was like leaving for joy of this contest. I'm going to win all this money, right? And then I looked down, I was like, oh, I didn't start him.
Oh, terrible.
A good thing I won all the first weeks because I just donated all that money to everybody else. So you could have had a bunch of free money if you played me, guys. I didn't read the rules properly, and it's one of those things I always tell people: read the rules. So it's a great platform. I've really enjoyed it. They just came out now with the contests, which is cool. So now, like DFS, like we could all enter one contest. We could get like 100 of us in a contest. Top 3 get paid out all the money, which is cool. Love it.
Yeah. So compete against me. I put the link in the chat so y'all can check it out. It goes to Facebook and it goes to all of the YouTube channel. So make sure you guys are checking it out. We'll also make sure that we put that in the YouTube link. I think we're going to try that anyways. Okay, let's keep her rolling. We got rapid fire. We got about 15 more minutes to answer as many questions as we can for y'all. Sit one. We got to pick one to sit here, Billy. We got T. Higgins. We got Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Tank Dell. I've got my choice. Who is yours?
I mean, I want to say sit Ridley, but I'm going to say sit Tank Dell. But it's hard because you got no Robert Woods this week. But Ridley just has not been that good. But I'm probably going to sit Tank.
I'm sitting Ridley.
Yes. Okay.
He averages 7 fantasy points per game when Zay Jones does not play. He averages 22 fantasy points when Zay Jones does play. Zay Jones is out this week. Fade Calvin Ridley. That's stats you need to know. All right, we'll keep her moving. Kendrick Bourne or Amari Cooper?
Oh man, it's actually a good one. Every time I bet against Amari, I lose. It's like every time then I tell myself I just can't. Like I just need to play him because I have the listener league that I have him in, and I always sit him when he goes off, and then I always start him when he does shit. And I keep telling myself I just need to play him. I'm probably going to lean Cooper here.
Yeah, I have Cooper ranked ahead, but I understand the fear. I mean, I have Cooper ranked at 33 right now. So outside the top 24, obviously, almost outside the top 36. We understand the fear of Amari Cooper, but at the same time, also understanding that, Kendrick Bourne has played very well this year. Juju Smith-Schuster has fallen by the wayside. It's allowed Kendrick Bourne to earn a lot of targets, even though Bourne he's not very efficient. But if Mac Jones can hit him, that's going to be.
Bourne's actually higher in my projections this week.
I
do have him higher if you go purely off the numbers. But it's a tough one. I think I might lean Bourne just because of the matchup.
All right, you heard it here. We are split on Amari Cooper versus Kendrick Bourne. Aaron Waldo, tight end premium. Who do you start? Laporta, Olave, or George Pickens?
You can only pick one
in the flex tight end premium.
Oh man. News late today that Michael Thomas is ill now and is questionable. If he doesn't play, this is Olave pretty easily. And then if he does play, I probably lean Laporta inside of tight end premium. I'm assuming it's 1.5. But I probably lean that way because he's going to see 6 to 7 targets, probably 5 to 6 catches. And if he can get 50, 60 yards, these receivers have been playing from behind, catching that score. So I probably lean Laporta in tight end premium, but wouldn't argue with either of these. I'd lean Olave over Pickens, though.
And this game could get really ugly, too, against Vegas. So at home, at Detroit, like this is a game that could certainly turn into one of those, 30 to 10 games. Garoppolo's on his way back from the injury. It is a Monday game. So are you is that a consideration at all that you're just waiting around, or is it just straight up?
Just straight up.
Okay. All right. We'll keep her moving. Stafford or Minshew this week?
Stafford.
Yep. We're going with Stafford. PPR, Joe Mixon or Rashee Rice? Oof.
I'm gonna get spicy here and say Rice.
I don't think that's too spicy. Joe Mixon's been terrible.
Also, not just that, but the Niners
don't.
Yeah, they don't give up anything on the ground.
Yeah, like Mixon has been certifiably unable to access any type of ceiling at all. His best performance this year running back 15. Granted, his worst performance this year, running back 28. So he is guaranteed to be between 28 and 15 pretty much. But we're trying to strike for some ceiling. We're trying to strike for some big time plays, and Joe Mixon does not do that. 3.8 yards per attempt. Yeah, he's just a grinder at this point in his career. He is only has one touchdown on the season. Give us some Rashee Rice. I agree with you.
I like it.
Drop Henderson for Rico Dowdle. How we feel about that?
Drop Henderson. No.
Yeah, no. Henderson's fantasy viable.
Yep. He's took the bulk of the carries last week too.
Deontay or Christian Watson?
Ooh, that's a close one, actually. Watson.
Yeah, yeah, Watson. He has less proximate injury.
And then I like the matchup better too.
He was supposedly dealing with an MCL thing, but he was cleared very early on in the week. So I agree with you. Let's go Christian Watson. I mean, why would I not go Christian Watson? I've got all the Green Bay paraphernalia.
Yeah,
Billy.
If you don't go Christian Watson, then nobody should.
Donta Foreman, Najee, or Rashee Rice, full PPR.
Oh, man. Najee got more involved in the passing game. He kind of took back the snap share. As gross as it sounds, I probably lean Najee, but I would not argue if you wanted to play Rice. Foreman sits no matter what for me.
I have Foreman over Najee, but
even with
PPR,
Roschon back?
Yeah. But give me Rice over both of them. I'm just
PPR.
Tantalized. Yeah. I'm tantalized.
We did absolutely no help for John there. We split it and went different ways, both of us.
Full PPR pick 2, Hollywood, Donta Foreman, Henderson, Rice.
I'm going to go Hollywood. Hollywood's been really good this season. I mean, last week, it was a bit of a letdown, but one of the few wide receivers in the league with 100% of the of routes ran. He's had some of the most air yards in the league and has been a pleasant surprise. So Hollywood for me.
Also, hashtag revenge game narrative.
Yes, that's right.
And then the other one will go with Rice. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. We've got a Taysom Hill question, Billy, just to trigger you versus Indy or Ferguson or Jonnu Smith. I'll offer my 2 cents on Taysom Hill first. I think he is a fade this week with Juwan Johnson back.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson back for sure.
And with Michael Thomas there, questionable. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. Juwan Johnson is probably going to be very involved in the offense now that he's good to go. So Taysom Hill, I think, is a fade this week. I have him moved down significantly below ECR, and Juwan Johnson I moved significantly up.
What's ECR this week on Taysom?
I think it's like 13.
Okay, yeah, I'm down as well. I think I go Jonnu here, honestly. Jonnu's been good.
I have Ferguson at 12.
I should probably refer to my rankings. I do have Ferguson at 12 as well, and I got Jonnu at 15. So there you go. I just contradicted my own rankings. Yeah, if you're going purely off rankings, Ferguson, but Jonnu's as good of a bet for anyone inside the top 12 as well. So take that with a grain of salt.
There you go. Doesn't help Daniel at all. All the grains of salt that we might as well just be selling salt to y'all.
Yes.
With the amount of grains we've been
salty takes
peddling. Starting Josh Palmer, he's questionable, of course. He had DNPs twice and then limited practice. Josh Palmer in the flex, but if he sits, Rashee Rice, Roschon, Christian Watson, Dubs, Tazi, or Deontay Johnson, I think Rice over all of these.
So it's just one of all these guys?
Yeah, even over Palmer.
Yeah, if Palmer plays, I probably just play him. Bryce, I would probably play above the rest of them. Tajay could make an interesting argument for with the passing game. He's probably going to see a lot of dump offs now with the inexperienced quarterback in. But I probably go Rice and Palmer.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's hard, but I like.
It's a lot of names there.
It is a lot of names. I think I go Rice. There we go. Rice, JSN, or Palmer. Does that change anything?
Rice over. If Palmer plays, I'm playing Palmer. But if he doesn't, it's Rice.
Yeah. Are we starting Thielen or Pickens?
You have to play Thielen right now.
How do you not? And he faces Houston.
He's a back end wide receiver 1 right now. It's kind of crazy, but it's reality. It's 2023. Here we are.
2023, and 3 of the last 4 weeks, Adam Thielen has been a top 5 wide receiver in those weeks.
It's
you can't.
You have to play him like you have to play him right now. It's just one of those things.
Forever Primetime. We're crushing the questions, by the way. Make sure you guys, if you like the content and you found this helpful, smash the subscribe button here on Player Profiler. Forever Primetime. Hey guys, wide receiver's been disaster. He's got to start either Elijah Moore, Jawan Jennings, Wandell, Dotson, or Jaden Reed.
Jesus, all these names.
We are scooping from the bottom of the barrel. Forever Primetime.
I'm going to refer to the rankings. There's so many players in this. 1 second. Can you read them to me again?
Yeah, we got Elijah Moore.
Okay, Elijah. Okay, not looking good. What's the next one?
I have Elijah Moore at 53. Jawan Jennings.
56.
I have at 67.
Jawan Jennings.
Yeah.
Jennings, I'm at 62. Okay, who else?
Yeah. Wandell, I'm at 58.
Robinson's higher for me. No, he's not. He's at 66. Okay.
Dotson, I have at 56.
Dotson's I'm at 61. Okay.
And Reed, I have at 59. So I have Elijah Moore the highest of these.
I do too.
Okay. So we're at consensus. Elijah Moore is our pick. Start 2, Pierce, Mixon, Gus Bus, or Chuba.
Oh, I'm gonna play Pierce
Full
this
PPR.
week. I'm
full PPR.
Still gonna play Pierce this week. Carolina gives up the second most fantasy points at the running back position. Only one who gives up more is Denver because they gave up like 1 million points to A-Chain and Mostert that week. They gave up over 5 yards per carry. I expect them to probably lean into the run game this week. So Pierce actually inside my top 20 running back position, even though he's been disappointing season to date.
Okay, and then we need another one. Is it going to be Gus Edwards who has a good matchup? Is it going to be Mixon?
It's probably Gus. Keaton Mitchell got ruled out too. They elevated a rookie, so it's going to be pretty clearly Gus Bus and Justice Hill. Gus is probably going to see the bulk of the rushing down. Justice is going to see the passing down, so I go Gus.
Yeah, and Gus Bus loves the goal line. We're just uncertain also about Chuba, so we're not going to necessarily put our chips in there. Half point PPR, we're going with Pierce, Foreman, Hubbard, or Henderson. I think based on that reasoning, we're going with Pierce.
Yep, Pierce.
And there we go. Pierce. We'll go with Pierce. Full PPR, how'd you rank these guys? Roshan, Hollywood, JSN, Henderson, Michael Thomas. I mean, we'll just give the number 1. I think that's Hollywood from this group. Yeah.
Yep, Hollywood. And if I had to quick rank them, it's going to be Hollywood. Michael Thomas plays. He's going to be 2 in full point PPR. Then Roshan. Then it's going to be Henderson. Then JSN.
Beautiful. Are we going Howell this week, or are we going Derek Carr?
Ooh, that's a good one, actually. Those are close in my rankings.
Howell I have at 19. Carr I have at 17.
Yeah, I got him pretty close there as well. Carr I actually have at 14. So okay. lean Carr.
Oh, this is how deep the cut is for Calvin Ridley. Are we going with Ridley, Palmer, or Kendrick Bourne?
Ridley, Palmer, Bourne.
I have a feeling that Ridley is highest in my rankings, but
yeah, I think I just play Ridley here. I just play Ridley here.
Palmer's banged up. Yeah. Speaking, Spears still worth holding despite the news that Titans have no plan on trading. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah,
for sure.
He's the passing down back. You see, like he's seeing 12 to 14% target share every week. He's actually flex worthy every week.
There's no reason for you to if someone drops Tazi Spears in your league,
you pick him up.
You need to pick him up. You need to fab bid, whatever it takes to get. Because if Henry goes down for injury, we're talking top 12 running back. Yep, for sure. Okay, we'll keep her going. Make sure you guys are checking out the Bettle link that I shared the group. Make sure you guys are checking that out on my Twitter account. You guys can join the link there. You use the promo code Underworld, and we'll keep her rolling. How do you rank these stashes? Mims or Quentin Johnson or Jameson Williams?
I'm probably gonna. I don't like QJ, but I'm probably gonna stash QJ because if Palmer misses any time, he's the wide receiver 2, and they got a banged up tight end as well. So he's probably going to see like 20% target share.
I'll stash JMO. I don't think he's dead yet. Okay. Hey guys, bench one. We got a bench one of Amon-Ra, Zay, DJ, or CD Lamb. Woo.
4-man league. Probably Zay.
Yeah.
Even
I
though
have
he's
DJ
seeing, like,
Moore at 17. I have Zay at 16.
Yeah, I bet you I'm close. Let me see. Receivers.
I would bench DJ Moore based on my rankings.
Oh, actually, I do have Zay above DJ and above CD this week.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, I guess if I'm following my rankings, I'm benching DJ.
All right, you heard it here. You're benching DJ Moore this week.
In your 4-man league.
Would you start Curtis Samuel if healthy or Tank Dell? I think we're starting Tank Dell. Yeah. Live A Waddle or Addison?
Oh man. I got them both inside of my top 14 this week, but I go with Waddle.
I also have Waddle. I have Addison at 18, but still mid wide receiver too. Can't hate it. Olave or Flowers? I have Olave one spot ahead.
And I have Olave down a bit. So I actually have him as a high-end wide receiver 2 this week. So I lean Flowers over Olave, but if Michael Thomas sits, this changes. So follow the news. Yeah, monitor it.
Monitor the situation. Waller or Schultz this week is Waller.
Oh, yeah, it's Waller.
Tyrod Taylor discovered Darren Waller exists, Billy.
Yeah, he did. But I just have to say there's no Bob Woods, so Schultz is going to take a lot of those targets as well. I actually have Schultz higher in my rankings, but it's and the Jets are tough, man. The over-under for the over. Okay, I feel like I have to defend this because I'm going to say Schultz over Waller this week. So I feel
Let's go.
This needs context because anyone who's just listening to it is going to call me an idiot. The Houston
I can already hear Theo being like, boo, boo.
Houston game right now versus Carolina, over under is at 43.5. The implied total for Houston is at 23.5. Where we have the Jets game that implied total is only 35.5, and the Giants only have an implied total of 16.25. So from a touchdown perspective, we're hoping to get a touchdown, a full touchdown more in the Houston game. We don't have Bob Woods. We're going to see probably 21 to 23% target share here for Schultz, and that's probably going to be similar for the Giants, but the expected passing volume is probably going to be down. So I'm gonna go Schultz here.
Tyrod Taylor is throwing on average 10% more than Daniel Jones is. He's taking fewer sacks, has one of the highest big time throw rates in the NFL. Turnover worthy play rate is extremely low compared to Daniel Jones. Like Tyrod Taylor has a case to be, he's played better than Daniel Jones this year.
He's moved the ball.
$80 million or whatever it is guaranteed doesn't buy it what he used to.
That's right.
All right, Ridley or Pickens?
Pickens.
Yep. Play
Fuck
Puka
Ridley.
And Nico, or sit Puka for Jacoby.
You can never sit Puka.
We're not sitting Puka.
Yeah. If you want to sit Puka, trade him to me in every league we're in together. If we're in,
please. Watson or Hunt, half PPR.
Oh, that's actually a good one. I'm actually going to go with Hunt.
I can't not go with Christian Watson. Thanks, guys. It wasn't aware of the Michael Thomas news. Yeah, Nick Underhill reported that Thomas is questionable with an illness. So officially questionable. This is a situation worth monitoring. Most guys do not miss due to illness, but this close reported, at 9:00 on Saturday night, he's probably like throwing up or something. They're just probably going to monitor and see how he's doing. That Saints game is a 1:00 start. So just keep your ear to the ground, and that will shift some things around for our Saints rankings and projections if Michael Thomas is ruled out. Roberto Rodriguez. Hi, guys. I'm watching you from Monterrey, Mexico. Quarterback, Sam Howell or Derek Carr? And for the flex, Addison or Flowers? Was that better, Billy? Was that better?
Yeah, it's a little better. Mexico. Not too bad, Bradley. I give
Okay.
you an
tried.
A. I give you an A for effort, but
E for effort.
We both said Derek Carr earlier. We had the same question.
Yes.
And then from there, I lean Flowers over Addison, but I have both these guys, 10 to 14 range. So it's a coin flip.
I have Flowers at 16, Addison 18.
Okay, there we go. So we're both leaning Flowers over Addison.
Yes. Matheson, Mixon, or Bijan start 2.
I'm going to go Bijan here, even though Arthur Smith is the devil.
I am benching Madison. In
Yeah.
fact, I have Cam Akers ranked ahead of Madison this week.
Interesting. Okay. I can see it.
Yeah. Zay Flowers or Addison. We answered that with Zay Flowers.
Yep.
John Curtis, full PPR and one flex, or a running back and flex. Ramondre, Javonte, Mixon, McLaurin, Pittman.
Playing Ramondre over the other two. I just don't trust Javonte. Mixon has a really, really bad matchup. And then for the flex, let me refer to the rankings. I think this is close.
McLaurin is 24 for me. Pittman is 26.
God, you were fast with that.
Well, I had it pulled up.
Oh, okay. Pittman, you have Pittman at 26? I'm going to go Pittman. I'm way higher than you on Pittman. Like I kind of need to look at it higher kind of thing.
Fair. Okay.
Like, why is he that high kind of thing?
John Newman. Well, he's been crushing. Pittman over the last 3 weeks has been top 10 in receiving yards. But fun fact, Josh Down is 11th in receiving yards over the last 3 weeks. So the Colts have 2 top 11 receiving yardage wide receivers.
I mean, Pittman's inside my top 13 right now. That's why I was like, I need to look at this. But the numbers look accurate. I have him at 28% target share. I have him at a 68.75 catch percentage, and I actually have a lower yard per reception than expected on the algorithm, at 10 and a half versus 12 in the algorithm. So, man, I guess start Pittman here.
Yeah, Pittman has had 3 top 12 weeks on the season. You can't hate that. But at the same time, he's also had some duds of 71, 46, 37, etc. Yeah. So, it's really bimodal for Pittman. You either believe in him or don't for a particular week. Chubbard or Roshan. Chuba Hubbard, right? Chubbard.
I'm going to go Roshan.
Yeah, Roshan, given the game script. Foreman or Henderson?
I'm going to go. Oh, man, this is actually close. My rankings are going to say Foreman, but I lean Henderson. I got him really close, actually. I got him back to back.
I have Foreman at 25, Henderson 29.
You're high on Foreman this week. I'm going to say Henderson, actually. Foreman, if Foreman does lose, he's going to lose some touches on the ground to Roshan. He's going to lose all the passing volume. So I'm going to, and this game script is going to be in favor for Roshan. So I'm going to start Henderson. Tough match.
With MT play and rankers have Russ over Carr. That seems insane. Okay, Flowosaurus.
Carr hasn't been that good either. I mean, he's been better he's not that good though.
He's not good.
But neither is Russell Wilson. But that's what it is. It's the implied total of that game.
Right.
It's what's propping up all the projections for Russell Wilson, because the Vegas totals right now for that Kansas City game is 46, and so implied total for Kansas City is 26. Implied total for Denver right now is 19.5. But it's last time we saw these guys face. This year, Russ didn't do great, but last year he had 2 top 5 finishes against them. So
he did, and Jerry Jeudy had some big games too. CJ Stroud or Dak? I'm going with CJ Stroud this week.
I got Stroud ahead of him this week too. I have Stroud actually inside my top 7.
Carolina's secondary is absolutely decimated, and they might not have Brian Burns either for this contest. So give me some CJ Stroud. That also means you need to be putting like Nico Collins as a top 25 play, for this week. And we mentioned earlier that Tank Dell is a flex consideration for this week. Pick 2, Roshan, Warren Spears, Zach Moss.
I think you have to play Zach Moss right now. You have to. And then I probably lean Roshan.
Give me Spears over Roshan. but I see the pathway for Roshan for sure. Pick 2, Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, Curtis Samuel. It's Wilson and Collins here.
One is not like the others.
Yeah. let's not get cute here. Pickens, Collins, Olave, or DK. Well, we got to sit one of these. Which one are we sitting?
So Pickens, Collins, Olave.
Yeah.
It says start 3 though.
And DK.
Oh, and DK.
Mm-hmm.
I still there is the end. I got mixed into the team names.
I have DK the lowest of these 4.
I do too this week. Yep. DK I'm sitting up.
Henderson or Najee.
I'm gonna play Najee. I don't even like Najee, but I'm playing Najee.
Playing Najee. Pick 2. Okay, we got to sit 1. Kenny Walker, Mixon, or Higgins.
Sitting Mixon.
Sitting Higgins.
Higgins been trashed too, but the secondary for the Niners is beatable.
Fair. We are sitting one of the Bengals. Stroud versus Carolina or Trevor Lawrence. I'm going Stroud over Lawrence.
I am too with my projections. Yep.
Okay. Pick 1, Ramondre, Javonte, Deontay, or Hollywood.
I think I want to go Hollywood. A good friend of mine always says, never play a part-time running back over a full-time receiver. And so I'm going to play the full-time receiver.
Yes, we play a full-time receiver who's not dealing with an injury, and that is Hollywood Brown. Although, to be fair, I think Javonte Williams is significantly playing ahead of Jaleel McLaughlin, and there's a distant third of Samaje Perine. So, we are monitoring Javonte Williams' situation because he's played very well over the last 2 weeks, just not high volume. Hollywood is our pick, though, here, full PPR. Need to sit 1 of Rice, Downs, Watson, or Devonta Smith. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I'm probably going to sit Josh Downs here, even though I love the matchup.
Downs as well. I can't sit Watson.
You're going to hate me, though, when he goes off tomorrow.
Full trust in Purdy, or should I roll with Carr?
I'm rolling with
Purdy. Yeah. Roshan or Foreman?
I have Roshan ahead of Foreman this week. Passing volume.
I think in full PPR, I go Roshan. In half PPR, standard Foreman. Kirk or Olave? That's
Olave.
A tough one.
It's Olave, but it's close.
Yeah, it'll be even more Olave if Michael Thomas. Is.
Yeah, even with he's not going to be fully healthy tomorrow, so they're probably going to lean into Olave a bit more.
Ford, Foreman, or Henderson. We're going Foreman and Henderson because Ford's probably going to sit.
Ford's sitting tomorrow.
Yeah, even though he had positive reports, I'm not believing that he's going to play.
They activated a running back today.
Gus Edwards or Dameon Pierce?
Dameon Pierce, because the matchup. They give up the second most fantasy points to the running back.
Hop, Pickens, Flowers, or Rice?
Pick 1. Flowers.
Yeah, Flowers for me too. Wow, we're almost there, Billy. We are rapid fire, and
then we're ending it.
Yeah, Gibbs, Taylor, Mostert, Pollard, Ayuk. We got pick 2 running backs in the flex. We also got Puka, DJ Moore.
Jesus Christ, that's so long. What is it? Gibbs is a start for me, guaranteed. Yep. Pollard, if you only pick 2 of these
Gibbs
in one
Pollard.
flex. Yeah, Gibbs, Pollard start, and then Puka start.
Yep, I agree. And not for this week, but do you think Kyler, Marquise, Hollywood could be a good week 15 to 17? High upside, it's cheap.
Sure, if he plays.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. JSN or Watson? We're starting Watson.
I don't even like Jason. Yeah, I'm biased though here. I got bets against him now. I'm betting. I'm betting on him to fail now.
Minshew, Carr, or Mac Jones? I think it's still Derek Carr.
It's Derek Carr for me as well. Minshew's close, but I'd lean Carr.
JSN, Spears, Singletary.
This is Singletary. Actually, I'm gonna go Singletary here again. The matchup.
Yeah. The matchup. If you're high on Pierce and you think there's enough touches to go around coming out of the bye, Singletary, baby.
And he actually outsnapped Pierce last game. I don't expect it to be this week, but he could see 40 to 50%.
Chuba or Roshan?
Roshan this week for me.
Yep. And then Tua or Carr. It's easily
not
Tua.
close. Yeah.
All right, guys.
I take halftime Tua points over Carr's total points.
There we go. All right. We're calling it for tonight, Billy. We crushed it. A couple drops tonight. One is that make sure you guys are joining us on Bettle. The link is in the chat. The other is that every Thursday and every Monday, we have tailgates. I host the Thursday night one. We also have on our Monday tailgate. Those are just half-hour shows, but it's a lot of fun. Get your start sit question just like this one. I host it sometimes solo, sometimes I bring on guests, and we just chop it up, get your start sits in. It's a lot of fun. Bring your adult beverages, and we tailgate virtually, just like it was COVID times. Lots of fun. Make sure you guys check it out on Thursdays and on Monday nights. Billy, any drops before we call it tonight?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Until next time, good luck in week number 8.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free. This is only possible because of you allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All In Package to continue to make all of this possible, to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you, the people that get the site and get the show.